Welcome everyone to the Awakening Study Group. Uh, the purpose of this group is to help anyone who chooses to engage on the path of spiritual awakening to get clarity on the path. Um, the path is very simple, but we tend to get lost in all the information that's available on the internet and all that, which may confuse us and make the journey very complicated. So the purpose of this group is to simplify the process, have you know what you must do exactly to continue to progress on this path of awakening. But first, I always like to really define what we mean by spiritual awakening so that you can know exactly what we are aiming for. So for us, spiritual awakening is the realization that you are a spirit who has a physical body. So you may know, you may tell me that, okay, I know that I'm spirit, and so I'm already awakened. But there's a deeper knowing that comes like a realization that we are aiming for here. It's like the different levels of knowing. Sometimes you know something, but then you study it more, then you realize, okay, I really didn't know it. Now I know it deeper, and on until you get to that point where you have this full realization that you are spirit and that you have a physical body. So that's where we want to guide you guys with this study group and more so with Michael Moss material. So started this group a couple of months ago, and we've passed through a couple of topics that are essential if you want for the growth, essential understandings that will help you. Like we always want to simplify the path. So sometimes we need this understanding, this mindset shifts that allows us to see the world in this new way, to have a new perspective on our own being and our own self. Because since we're born here on this planet, we have identified with the physical body. We are so used to this. We wake up to this. We go to sleep. We operate through the physical body. So the idea of self, your your idea of self is locked, if you want, with the physical body. But the truth is deeper than that. The truth is that you are a spirit, you are consciousness that can that is freer than what you think. You think you're a physical body, but you are more free than that. And detaching from the physical body and attaching that sense of self to the spirit is what helps you realize that freedom. And all the exercises and all the ideas we shared until now helps you with that. So I'll just go over the simple concepts, like just like an overview. Then we'll go deeper into spiritual symbols today. I'll explain to you how spiritual symbols help you move energy or move yourself as spirit. And you will learn that this is how spirit moves, move with imagination and symbols and attaching that with sensation. All that. But we go deeper into that later today. But for now, I just go into an overview. So we want to attain spiritual awakening, but that's not the end goal. We want to attain spiritual awakening. Then after that, we have spiritual growth. But we're not there yet, so we focus on awakening. To to engage on that path of awakening, you want to first start to feel what spirit is. You have to start to feel what energy is. And Michael has several energy sensitivity exercises that he shares in his work in Avatar, and that he goes deeper in, with the church. So we'll go into details with that, but you have to start to feel it. And simple exercises are just start to feel something, anything. You can start with the hands. I start to feel the warmth in your hands. Then after you feel the hands, you can stop rubbing. You still feel the warmth or the sensation here. You focus there and you stay there. Stay there. While doing that, you will feel like an accumulation happening. Something is going to accumulate where you're holding your attention. And that's a fact. That's a truth, a deep truth of spirit is that energy flows where attention goes. And you can literally feel it, you can literally experience it if you just take the time to stay in a specific spot over your body anywhere. You choose a place you want to work on. We usually start with the hands. They are the simplest and most sensitive and most discovered part of our body. So we usually start with the hands, and then we allow the feeling to go through the whole body. But when you start with the hand, you start to feel, and you stay there. You stay there. You stay there. It accumulates, accumulates. The more you feel it, then the more you can move it, the more you can manipulate it. But then we explored why it is seemingly so hard to just stay in a specific spot in the body, and that's because we always have thoughts running in our mind. So we talked about in the second video we made, we talked about how important it is for us to learn to silence the mind. And I share several techniques for that. But you want to silence the mind. You want to not be trapped in thoughts, to be able to feel the presence and slowly but surely attach your idea of self to the presence that you are, the presence, the spirit, the energy. All of those words are synonyms and when we're talking about spiritual awakening. So the presence that you feel inside your hands, throughout your hands, that you can then start to move, that's your presence. That's your spirit that you're starting to feel and starting to move. Then slowly you realize that, okay, that's a different body that I have that's not limited as the physical body. Because when you start to feel the energy around your hands, you can shape it any way you want. You can shape it like a sphere around your hand and still feel it. And you should continue to stay there. You continue to stay there. And very important, to stay there. And I shared a powerful technique to stay there. You don't want to hold yourself like a rigid presence like that, maybe in your hands. You don't want to try to hold yourself hard like that. To stay in a specific spot of your body, you constantly go there with your attention. So you are aware of your hand, then you become aware of it again. And you can choose um, a flow in your body to do that, like the breath or the heartbeat. You choose that flow, and you keep going there. Each heartbeat as you go there. It engages your mind and helps you stay out of thoughts and help you stay in a specific spot to accumulate presence there. So very important too in the practice to do that, to always try to detach from thoughts and go to where you choose to be. And we always talk about the hands first, but it can be anywhere in the physical body that you are working in that moment. So very important to stop the force to feel more. When you feel more, then you can start to manipulate it. We talk about how we can disengage our sense of self from the physical body. Partial disembodiment, the exercise Michael shares. When we feel our presence maybe on the back of our hands, we can, with imagination, just imagination, and staying connected with the sensation that we feel here, choose to go out of the hand, to detach from the hand. So we can just do that slowly if you want. Uh, can take a couple of breaths just to slow down the thoughts. Everybody does do it with me, please. So take a couple of deep breaths. And put your hands in front of you so that you can feel your hands. With each breath, you're bringing more and more presence, or paying more and more attention to your hands. Allow yourself to feel everything that you can feel in your hands. Maybe the heartbeat, the flow of the blood, the temperature of the air. Allow yourself to feel everything. And you go there again, feel it. You go there again and feel it. Go there again and feel it. The more you feel, the stronger the sensation becomes until it becomes electromagnetic. It's not temperature fluctuation anymore. It's not like a flow of blood anymore. It's like an electromagnetic pulse happening inside and out of your hands. And this sensation is what spirit is. And this is what you can move. So slowly, with the sensation in and around your hands, choose to move the sensation away from your hands. If you're holding your hands close, like me, in front of you like that, imagine that the sensation that you're feeling is going out or expanding and then contracting, expanding. Do it as slowly as you can so that you stay in touch with the sensation. You don't want to detach from the sensation. Do it as slowly as you want, as you feel in touch with the sensation. So you expand. So you don't move your hands, right? I'm just showing you the movement so that you can see. But if with your imagination, you're imagining that the sensation that you're feeling all around your hands is what is expanding and then contracting, expanding and contracting. So this is what you can do with your hands just to start to detach. And the more you do that, the more you can choose to do it anywhere. So you can choose with the breath to expand past your arms, all around your arms and back, all around your arms and back slowly. You can feel that you're more aware, more and more aware of what's happening just past the skin of your body. The more you do it, the more you become aware of what's happening all around the skin of your body. So this is what we call bringing presence. You're bringing more and more presence in a specific part of your physical body, and your awareness accumulates there. So you become more and more aware. Your consciousness densifies there. So you're more and more there, and this is the part where you start to detach. You realize, okay, I'm not really locked in the physical body. It's not the deeper truth. I am attached to the physical body because it's just an idea. The idea imposed on us, if you want, since birth. So we've been forced to perceive reality through the five senses, through the physical body. That's not the deeper truth. And spiritual awakening is just that. It's just remembering that we're not just the physical body, but we don't need to perceive the reality just through the five senses. We're not limited like that. And those simple exercises just loosens the idea of self. So you move a bit past the physical body, come in, move a bit far, come in, and you move yourself like that until you can loosen up, and there's no limit to how you can express yourself as spirit, because you will see that spirit doesn't have any specific shape or form. It's just energy expressing, consciousness expressing itself through the universal energy, and that creates spirit, that creates the sensations and all that. So all that you can feel and experience. And after that, we talked about a very important concept too. We call that the mental posture, because at any moment in your day, you're holding yourself in a certain posture. right? Physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever. When we encircle all of it, that's the current mental posture you're in. And spiritual awakening requires that you become aware of your mental posture, because specific mental postures will help you grow. It will get you to a spiritual awakening, but other mental postures will slow you down, or will hinder your path, will make you maybe even lost in the path. So we always want to align towards divinity, towards God, towards the our Creator, instead of crouching, instead of closing up. You know, there are some specific mental postures that closes you up. There are mental postures that opens you up. There are mental postures that align you, and becoming more aware, more and more aware of your spirit, more and more aware of your presence, will help you see all the ways during the day that we are not holding ourselves ideally. And it's a path, you don't have to be perfect, but just like when we realize we have a bad posture during the day, we want to correct it so that it doesn't hinder us on the long term. So spiritual mental postures are very important for that. And knowing that too will help you choose alignment more and more so that we can accelerate your growth as spirit. That's that. And the other concept, we didn't explain other concept. I think we just did another practice for the fourth video when we went deeper into partial disembodiment and all that. But today I want to talk about spiritual symbols. Because spiritual symbols are very powerful tools that we use as spirit to create a specific um, outcome or effect. The specific mental gestures or mental movements, mental symbols will create mental movements. And those mental movements will help us on the path. And this is just an introduction, and the more we grow as a group, the more all of us grow, certain people will find it natural to want to explore what's possible with all of this. But now, and now, we are just focused on growth and learning the basics so that then we can explore and discover even more what's possible with spirit. So, um, a mental symbol that I tend to use just to relax. Because sometimes we are in the fog during the day, we are lost in all the worries and all that. We tend to be like in a spiral, and to just get out of the spiral, I have like a very simple symbol I use. When you put a sheet on you, just a sheet, like when people disguise themselves in ghosts, just a sheet. I just imagine I have a sheet all over the skin of my body, and this helps me detach from the inside and go just outside. Just that simple symbol. You can do it yourself now if you want. Just slow down, breathe, uh, do some deep breaths, and imagine that there's sheet all over your body. Whatever thoughts you have, whatever is happening inside, you just detach and go into the sensation that is the sheet all around you, all over you. And with each breath, you validate that you have a sheet all over you and that you're feeling it more and more. With each breath, you go there more and more, and it amplifies the sensation. And you feel that you're getting freer and freer from whatever's trying to pull you back in. You see, that's a very simple mental symbol that you can use just with imagination. You don't have to force anything. You just create the symbol, just imagine it, and validate it. You validate it and validate it until you feel it more and you feel it more and feel it more. And this can help you relax. And all over the years, all over spirituality, people have used that and have created like specific systems that they use, and they learn the symbols by heart, and they share it, and they say, okay, that's what that is what is working, and everybody should do that. But I'm just here to tell you that all of these discoveries are just personal expression. So all of this work, because that's how spirit works. And if anybody tells you, okay, this is what is working for me, so you should be doing that. Uh, just realize, okay, that's the own person's expression. It might not be yours, so it might not work because it's not true to you. That symbol. So your path of development will be discovering that what works for you, what symbols are more powerful to you, to help you align, to help you reconnect with God, to help you grow as spirit, all of that. All of all the teachings of Michael are guidelines to make you to clarify the path. Then the path you do it um, for your own expression. That's your path. That's your truth, and that will be your relationship with God that you'll be having. So we want you to understand the basics so that your own expression becomes your free expression, and don't feel you have to attach to anybody else's like self-expression because they say it's working for them. There's an example. Some people will say, okay, there are some other chakras all over your head that continues. Some say 144. Anyway, anything. So they have used the spiritual symbol for them. They have created a result through that, and that's true to them. It might not be true to you. You can choose to have just maybe your seven chakras in your physical body or only one chakra. You can do whatever. Michael has created like the crystal chakra symbol, which is like the diamond shaped symbol that you can create with diamonds front and back. And this is a very powerful symbol. It amplifies energy, it amplifies presence, in a particular way. And all of these are personal expressions. And I know the more we grow as a group, the more we express and more we discover, there will be some very beautiful forms of expression that's gonna be created, what's gonna appear, or it's gonna manifest to us and help us discover more of the beauty of spirit and all that. But don't get locked in specific systems because you feel some people have discovered like a treasure. It's just self-expression, and anything is possible. But because works, everything works through imagination. And as you grow in spirit, you attach sensation to the symbols you're creating, and that's what make it denser. That is what makes it more real. And you can use that for healing too. You can use symbols, uh, mental symbols to heal. For me, I really like the scent of mint. The scent of mint is a natural healer for me. So I use the scent of mint if I want to do some healing and things like that. That you can relate to, that you can associate with healing, and anything. If you have like a specific symbol that you relate to health, you can use that. If you have specific symbol you relate to wealth, you can use that in your prayers, in your manifestation processes. So this is how spirit operates. It's a different body, and it operates very different from the physical body. At first, we want to start to feel it, start to feel that there's something that you can grow just by becoming aware of it, and then you start to move it through the body and even past the body. The more you become aware of that spirit, you can become aware of it during the day and see how you're holding yourself during the day. Are you more in the head here? Are you more in maybe some place that's aching in your body? Is your presence more accumulated there or accumulated here? Or are you crouching? Or you have like a bad mental or mal emotional state? You become more and more aware of it, and you have to choose to stand straight, be aligned, despite all the things that's happening, because that's not you. That's your territory. That's your territory. The physical body is like a territory, and we don't own it. We have it, but not totally. There's some other stuff happening in the physical body. But awakening is, and I repeat, is the realization that you are the spirit and that you have a physical body. But then when you go to spiritual growth, you realize that, okay, I don't really have the physical body because I don't own it completely. There are some other stuffs happening and the blockages and all that we have to get past by choosing alignment and by choosing to observe the mental postures that we are holding throughout the day. And for harmonization, we release and we align and we align. So that would be the part um, that we call spiritual development. And so we use spiritual symbols to create like powerful effects that gets you quicker into those directions. Because just imagining that you're moving that fluid energy sometimes is nothing. Sometimes you have to densify it with using a symbol like a crystal is very dense. Even holding a crystal and this quartz crystal here. So even when I touch it, I know it's very hard. There's a cool temperature to it that I can attach to, and just holding it and bringing presence to it, I start to understand the way the crystal is holding itself just by bringing presence to it more and more. It's the same process, you know. You feel it, get to the sensation you have between your fingers and the crystal, and then with each breath, you bring presence more and more to it, more and more to it, more and more to it. Then you recognize or realize how it is holding itself. And this realization is like you can use that as a mental symbol then, you know, its state that then you can use with your own presence to achieve this state, which helps you align even easier. So that is how mental symbols are very important. And as I said, it's just a basic, you know, just for you to just start to understand how spirit operates. And then you can explore, you know, there's an exploration to do. There's so much you can expand into and become aware of and understand and use as spiritual symbols in your own growth. And so that's it for today. And next time I'm gonna dedicate the whole awakening video for a long meditation. So I hope you're gonna be there, and I hope you enjoyed today's small lecture, a recap. We want to always clarify what we're doing. We want to make it clear what we have to do every day in our growth. We want to understand if we are progressing or if we're not. So just feeling more and more is is the gauge, you know, is how you know you're growing. Is how you know that you're going towards awakening. If you're not feeling more and more, then you're not progressing. So this has to be clear for you. And every day, just feel more and more. Do your exercises. Go go into your sensitivity exercises and practice. Feel more your hands. Feel over your hands. Feel over your arms. Feel over your head. Feel more and more, so that you can, at some point, just decide to feel all over your body and be aware of your whole body. So that's very important. This is when you'll be able to realize, and with the movement that's going to be possible with the spirit, that's when you're going to realize that you are spirit. That's going to make you then be able to detach the idea of self and become more free and operate from that perspective, operate from the spiritual perspective in your everyday life. And I'm not saying this is going to be perfect, it's not never going to be perfect along the path. We're growing towards perfection, we're growing towards God. But the path is not perfect. We will fall, we stand back up, we continue. But that's why we have this group. So we have regular meetings like that to just realign and know what we have to do and reassure ourselves that we're growing. If you're not growing, just text me, just reach out to me, or you can even ask your question in this group so that we make sure uh, you're doing the sizes and it's working. We want results, not just like just silent meditation and you don't know what you're doing and don't know where you're going. You have to see progress. You have to feel more. You have to be able to detach from the physical body easier and easier. Feel that we can do stuff just with imagination and still feel it, so that you becomes true in your life. This perspective then becomes easier to choose. Easier to choose that you are spirit if you're already acquainted to, if you're already able to move it past the physical body, especially because that's the key. If you can move yourself past the physical body, then that's what you are. You are outside the physical. What does it mean? It means that you're not limited by the physical body. And this frees you, this changes your mindset. This changes the idea of self. And this frees you. So, frees you, nothing. This frees you. And then you get to awaken. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the talk today. We'll always be continuing with that and with some specific sessions dedicated to meditation and just for you to get to awakening. There's so much then we want to explore. There's so much then to discover, and we'll talk about all that later. But good times are ahead. So thank you very much, and have a nice weekend. Goodbye.